to a special edition of the Janha Show. Mr. Alhagie Kebbeh is the chairman of one of the biggest Gambian associations here in the diaspora, known as A.G.E.R.A, which stands for Atlanta Gambian Emergency Relief Association. On our segment today, we've been so humbled to have Mr. Kebbeh on the show. Stay tuned and listen to what Mr. Kebbeh has to say. In his own words, A.G.E.R.A is for every Gambian. Hello and welcome to special edition of the Mimi Janha Show. I'm your host, Mrs. Janha. Today is one of those amazing days, and I've been so honored to have the chairman of the A.G.E.R.A Foundation, known as the American Relief Association, Mr. Alhagie Kebbeh, on the show. Without further introduction, welcome on the show.
Thank you, Mimi.
You know, I gotta tell you, it's just so humbling to have you on the show, knowing your man of a caliber, being the chairman of such a huge association. For the viewers that are watching the show don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself.
You just said it. You did a very wonderful job introducing me to the
I tried, and it wasn't enough. That's how amazing this gentleman is.
I'm not sure whether I can do better.
And by the way, thank you for the opportunity that you gave the show to host the A.G.E.R.A 4th of July celebration this year. Carry on, sir.
It's my pleasure. Well, I mean, like I said, you did a wonderful job introducing me to the audience, and thank you very much for that. Just to add, I'm just that ordinary guy in the Atlanta community with my wife and kids,
MashaAllah.
my family, like anybody else, trying to treat everybody that come my way or that I have to interact with equally, knowing that I'm not better than anybody, and likewise, I think there is nobody who is better than me.
Yeah.
Yes. So I happen to be the chairman of A.G.E.R.A, which, like you said, is the biggest Gambian organization in the diaspora, throughout, both in the US, Europe, and Scandinavia, anywhere you might want to say.
True.
So that's me. I mean,
that's amazing, and it's just very humble. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your background like? You know, what were you doing before you became the chairman of A.G.E.R.A? And how did you become the chairman of A.G.E.R.A?
Well, I mean, since A.G.E.R.A, since the inception of A.G.E.R.A, I've been part of it in different roles. Initially, I was just a regular member, focused more towards the sports aspect, because A.G.E.R.A has a sports division.
Oh, really?
We call it sports committee, because I mean, we want to encourage our kids and even the adults to be doing exercise, which is good for their health.
That's very important.
Yes. So from there, I've been just a regular member, attending, paying my dues, having interest, knowing that what A.G.E.R.A stands for is in the interest of everybody.
Sure.
So definitely any Gambian should be proud to be part of it.
That's true.
And I was there active in any function that they are having. So from there, I become, after I think after 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
I was elected as the chairperson for the sports committee. So I was in charge of sports for 2 terms.
Wow.
You know,
So
or
how many terms are, how many years per term?
3 years per term.
2 years per term.
3 years per term.
For 6 years.
So yes, I was the sports committee chair for 6 years, and then I took a back seat, give somebody else. Maybe my ideas were a little bit
Too advanced?
no, I mean old. They get enough of it, so they need some fresh ideas to come in so that they can elevate the sports department of A.G.E.R.A, and somebody took over that role. So I took a break for another 2 terms.
Wow.
I was just an executive. Then later, just last year, for some reason, I was elected as the chairman.
That's not for some reason. You paid your dues. You've been there. You help elevate A.G.E.R.A being part of the executive. So it's not by accident, Mr. Kebbeh. And all the great things that he's saying about you is just very humbling. And I personally experienced that too. So carry on.
Thank you. I was part of the Electoral Commission. We set up a task force to coordinate the elections, to look for a new chairman of A.G.E.R.A because the previous chairman was already there and served 2 terms. So there is no way we have to have, according to our constitution, we have to have a new person in charge.
I like that constitution.
Yes, I mean term limit.
Yes, sir.
Term limit.
Yes, sir.
So I mean your maximum limit is 2 terms of 3 years.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Musa,
So tell us about A.G.E.R.A. For the viewers that are watching the show, don't know exactly what you guys do. What are some things that A.G.E.R.A does that you think and you feel like all the Gambians in the diaspora and including the ones here, I mean in the diaspora, including the ones in Gambia, should really support the A.G.E.R.A Foundation?
Well, I mean, just like the name says, Atlanta Gambians Emergency Relief Association, we support our fellow Gambians in the community when situations of emergency arise. And it includes, initially it was like trying to send bodies back home, because we have experienced a very sad incident, a Gambian that passed away here, and it was a big problem to get that body back to the Gambia, or even to bury it here. I mean, it costs a lot of money, and not everybody in here has life insurance to be able to take care of those things whenever you happen to pass away. And those are some of the things that A.G.E.R.A was kind of like focusing on, even though the main thing that initiated this organization was due to another emergency that happened to a group of Gambians that used to work at the airport. They have an issue, a problem with the US government immigration department, and they were arrested and detained. And these are...
How many Gambians were there?
I mean, if I remember right, about 6 Gambians were included. I mean, it was not only Gambians, some other nationalities, but the Gambians were a total of 6. And so everybody was so alert, desperate, searching for means and ways of trying to relieve those family members, because they left their wives and kids at home. They were breadwinners of their families, and now they're detained in one place. Some of our elders, like the Imam of the Gambian Imam here, was in the middle of this. And some other elders like Alhagie Kebbeh, Musa Jeng, you know, and some other folks. But it was a problem. We happened to come across a Gambian lawyer who said, okay, let's just find this amount and I will take up the case and at least try to get them a bail so that they can go back to their families. So to put that money together was a problem. They started running around, searching every little corner they expect to get something. That time there was a very solid group called the soccer team. I was part of that team too.
Wow.
And I happened to be the treasurer at that time of the soccer team. So the soccer team sacrifice about 70% of what they have in the bank to help fellow Gambians that were detained.
Wow.
And the rest, they went ahead, and these elders went ahead and tried to come up with the remaining balance so that that lawyer can take up these cases
Oh my God! So
and get them
I
released.
don't mean to cut you off. So it's like a small soccer team of Gambians.
Yes,
You guys have like a small association of soccer players,
yes,
and you guys save up your little money, and add it up and have like a whole corporation account, bank account. And due to this situation that happened, you being the treasurer, you guys had to go take all your money out of the account to help these Gambians that are detained that you
yes,
guys don't really have any connection with, but because they're Gambians.
because they're Gambians.
Why was that so important to you personally?
Because, I mean, just like we said, they are Gambians. And even some of those people that were detained, they have children that are part of that soccer team.
So it's like a scene.
Yeah, I mean, these are those soccer players that used to contribute that money. Because the team used to travel to Miami, Washington, D.C. to play. So we always contribute certain amount just to put, in case we need to travel, we'll have funds for our traveling. But we're like, okay, this is very important. It happened in our community. We cannot give up everything, but we'll give most part of whatever we
which
have.
is everything.
Yes.
70% of.
So we did give out a good amount of money to those elders, and then they get those guys out of detention. So from there, these elders that I mentioned earlier on, Imam and the Habibs and Musas and Mr. Sedi Faiz, Al-Burinjais, they all
so
came.
humbling that I met all those gentlemen.
Yes.
I mean, most of them, if not.
They all sat together, and Salum Jai was part of it too. I mean, he was one of the main guys. They used to use his office as a meeting venue about this organization. So they said, look, we should learn a lesson. We should have an umbrella organization here that will be here for everybody.
True.
Like, we were just focused in soccer, that group that we had. There were some other little groups everywhere, but unfortunately maybe they were not in a position to help. So they decided that we need to come up with an organization that will be here for all Gambians, and that's how A.G.E.R.A come to be. And we have Alhagie Kebbeh as the first chairman. He served his time, then later Musa took over, and after Musa, they elected me to be the chairman. So
it's very humbling, and,
Yes.
and it's so amazing knowing everything that you gentlemen went through just for the sake of Gambia and Gambians as a whole, which is including all of us.
Yes.
You know, and one thing a lot of people kept mentioning, I mean, during the 4th of July interview and I had with most of your members and
executives.
and everyone kept saying A.G.E.R.A is for every Gambian. You
Yes.
don't really have to be a member for you guys to help a particular person. So which I think carries a lot of value. Just knowing that you don't really have to be a member for you to get help from A.G.E.R.A.
Yes.
It inspired me a lot, and I got home and I was talking to my husband. I said, you know what, I'm going to join the A.G.E.R.A Foundation because it's not about me anymore.
Yes.
It's about what you all do for Gambia and Gambians as a whole. Knowing that powerful association that you have and you being the chairperson of that association, how does that personally make you feel? And you're sitting here in front of me. It's just, it can't get better than this, sir.
Very humbling and honored. I mean, sometimes it made me nervous. I was like, okay, they're really counting on me to do the job.
Of course.
So I was like,
there's no one better right now to be the chairman than yourself, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they were right. I'm trying my level best, but I cannot do it myself by myself.
That's true.
And when I was elected, I told him, I was like, hey, I really didn't join A.G.E.R.A for this position, but if you guys entrust me with it, I will take it, provided that I will have everybody's support. We come together, put our heads together. There's nothing that we couldn't do.
Amen to that.
Yes.
That is the perfect message ever.
I know our mission. I know our vision. Let's just go.
So talk to me about that, the mission part. What are some things that can we expect? Well, what are some things that A.G.E.R.A has done in the past? Like, give us a scenario. I know you just gave us a scenario about those 6 gentlemen that were detained. Is do you guys also have like any other scenario that doesn't have to be like part of the detention that A.G.E.R.A was partly involved in? Because the 6th gentleman was before the association. That was during A.G.E.R.A.
Yeah.
What is one thing the association did in the past that made you personally so devoted your time and all your energy into this association, and now you being the chairman? It's just not a today and tomorrow issue. It's like you are A.G.E.R.A right now, and you are living it, and you're doing everything that you do is A.G.E.R.A. Talk to me about that. Any incident that ever happened in the past that affected you personally?
Several. Whenever that phone rings, I mean, sometimes they will come directly to me. Like the phone call will come directly to me with an incident that happened. Maybe somebody passed away, or somebody's house caught fire. And if at all it's an apartment complex, most of these apartment complexes, they're just insuring the property, but not the tenant who is occupying it. So that person losing almost everything in that house, or a lot of his things, his or her things, A.G.E.R.A normally stepped in and support that individual, knowing that he or she is starting again from scratch. We want to be that shoulder that you can lean on whenever situations like that come up. Even medical situation, going through surgery, some people, they don't have medical coverage, or even even if they have a medical coverage, the out of pocket can be very heavy. That if it was something that you didn't really plan and save money aside, it might be hard for you to.
Which is almost everything.
Yes.
Because no one really plans to be having a surgery. Unless it's cosmetic, which is not what we're talking about.
Yes.
But like the real emergency situation.
Yes. So even with an insurance coverage, sometimes the out of pocket might be very heavy, and you might not be able to do it. A.G.E.R.A will step in situations like that and help, and we've done it. Not once, not twice. We've done it. Fire incident, which is the hardship, or you sit in a hospital bed, out of work for a certain time.
So you're telling me that if someone lost their job today and they could not find work, and they're in the verge of losing their houses or their apartment that they're living,
yes,
A.G.E.R.A will step in and help them.
We have a committee called the emergency committee. Stuff like that will go to the emergency committee, even though sometimes they call me directly. And
anyways,
I will redirect the call to the person who is in charge, because we give him some role to play. I don't want to play other people's role. It will come to me eventually for that final decision. But situations like that, the phone will ring, and A.G.E.R.A will set up an emergency meeting right away. Most of the time, we try to make that emergency meeting within 24 hours.
So that must be like some kind of emotional.
Yes.
Not bargain. Sleeping at night and the phone rings and you pick it up and they tell you someone passed away.
Yes.
How do you cope with situations like that?
It's tough. Even though you don't know the person, you'll be like, wow, he's a Gambian. So there is no way. We have to do something. If that phone was to the emergency chair person or to me, we just try to channel it the right way and set up an emergency meeting
within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours, then pass it to another task force that decide on how we're gonna disburse, how much we're gonna disburse for this situation. And that's what everybody need to be aware of. Like you stated it here, you don't have to pay to be a member.
True.
Every Gambian is a member of A.G.E.R.A by default.
Yeah.
As far as you're a Gambian, you are a member by default. And something happened to you, we're gonna look into your case and see what level of benefit can you get from A.G.E.R.A. You being a paying member of A.G.E.R.A, you will have more benefit than the Gambian that is not a paying member. but he or she will still have some benefit.
So, I don't mean to cut you on that note. Is there anything that you want to tell the Gambian people that are watching the show today about the benefit of them actually joining A.G.E.R.A and paying dues?
Yes, that membership is pretty much the backbone of A.G.E.R.A. I mean, that's the money that we will be able to use to do the things that we do. I mean, if we don't have those membership, we're going to depend it on fundraising. And fundraising, is a give and take.
True.
You never know. You can have the fundraising and it will be a very successful one. Sometimes it might not be. Membership is the backbone of A.G.E.R.A. If we can increase the membership of A.G.E.R.A, there are a lot of things that we can do that would benefit the whole community. Like we always say, A.G.E.R.A is here for everybody.
True. I love that quote.
Yes, it is here, and it's the fact.
Yeah.
People will bear witness that here in Atlanta. Because sometimes we get requests outside Atlanta, outside Georgia. We even stretch our hand all the way to Europe.
Wow.
Yes, because they heard about us. They know, the things that we do. That as far as you're a Gambian and you're in a situation, you reach out to us, we will try and see what we can do. Yes.
So is it fair to say that all the Gambian association here in America, you think at one point they should all come together? And we all come together as one body to join A.G.E.R.A? Knowing that you guys were one of the first, not one of the first Gambian associations in the diaspora, and the biggest. And for what you guys do, looking for, you being a member or non-member, as long as you're Gambian, you guys are here to help them.
Yes.
So, is there any way we can all collaborate and just come join one big organization, have one chairman, and then the rest will be like, different states and because at the end of the day, it's one Gambia, right?
Yes. I mean, it's possible.
I'm just saying here, I'm just a messenger.
Yes, it is possible, but it's going to be very, very hard. Like,
why is that so?
Trying to go interstate, you mean? Like
all Gambians in America, all the organizations to come together. I'm just suggesting here. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can attest to that because it only makes sense.
Yes.
Because for what A.G.E.R.A does, because what you guys do inspires me a lot. Knowing that you're Gambian, you're the association, and you're not part of the association. Because imagine you help in Europe.
Yes.
Not only in Atlanta, in the United States, but
even the Gambian in Gambia.
Even the Gambians in Gambia.
Yeah, so.
What can we expect from A.G.E.R.A association this coming years before the end of your terms? Or what are some things that you actually personally have planned before the end of your term?
Well, I mean, we have some projects on the table that we're working on. And one of them is about those medical equipment that we're trying to send to Gambia to donate it to the Royal Victoria Teaching Hospital. Because from our own experience, most of us that traveled to Gambia recently, you go to that hospital, which is the major hospital in the country. I mean, there is pretty much not much there, equipment-wise. So we're here, we say, okay, let's see what we can do. That's what A.G.E.R.A does. Wherever Gambians need help, if we can, we will play our part.
Sure.
Yes, we will play our part. So that's a project that we have on the table that we're looking at. We even started the consultation, talking to the hospital administrator back home and everything. So I'm pretty sure the next step will be engaging the government, like the ministry, permanent sec, and try to get the ball rolling.
True.
I mean, the target is now against December. So hopefully everything goes smoothly. We will try and accomplish that. Because I mean, we're not going to focus just here in the US. We want to do something back home. I mean, we have also started when I came into office. We've been mentioning this, like trying to have a scholarship fund. I was like, okay.
talk about that actually. I'm sorry, let me cut you off.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. The scholarship fund, which I think is so amazing. I had it a couple of times. Even one of the youngest kid, the Saturday event, you were here with this, some of them, what they had to say about it. But carry on.
I mean, last year, I pushed it very hard, and the wonderful executive team that we have, they support the idea. Everybody is in for it. We're like, okay, can we do it? I mean, do we have enough money? You don't know what's going to hit us. We might be hit with an emergency situation, but again, we all agree that we need to invest in our younger generation, because these are the elders that are going to come in tomorrow and take over.
I love that message. Even the chair lady, vice chair,
Mai,
she mentioned that too, which I think is a very great initiative.
Yes, so we started last year. Give one student high school. Normally the scholarship is given to high school graduates to kickstart them for their college. This year we gave it out to 3 kids, 3 high school graduates. We gave them $1,500.
Wow.
So at least, no, among them 3, $500 each.
Oh, that's amazing.
So another thing we're thinking of, maybe not just to do it here. There are some people in the Gambia, like orphans, that want to go to high school or college and will not be able to afford it. But we have a team, the education committee, they're going to look into that.
So how many communities do you have?
We try to divide it so that the load will not overwhelm a specific group of people.
True.
So we have, of course, the emergency committee. Whenever emergency situation comes up, they're the ones that are going to look into it firsthand and then forward it to the other level of executive, which is the disbursement team, which I lead and coordinate with the treasurer and some of the other executive. It's a group of 5. So we will decide based on the situation and also our finances. We use that to determine how much we can give. Because, whoa, this is a big incident. We cannot just wipe out the bank account and give it to that person.
That's true.
And from there, the emergency committee, we also have membership committee, a special committee that's responsible for membership, payments and everything, keep track of those records. And we have the social committee, which is responsible for the social activities, like during July 4th.
For the July, and the biggest celebration of Gambians.
And also Independence celebration is another big one that we normally have Asobis sold out to the whole community.
To celebrate the independence.
Yeah, to celebrate independence.
Oh, beautiful.
And we normally invite the ambassador here from Washington to come in. If he cannot make it, he always tries to send somebody from the embassy to come and represent.
Wow.
And the other committee, there's a finance team also that is responsible for finances, which is led by the treasurer.
Wow.
And we also have sponsorship committee, like responsible for soliciting for sponsorship and stuff like that.
I love
donation. And also, of course, we have the sports committee that is responsible for the sports. And not forgetting this wonderful committee also called the education committee.
Wow.
They are the ones that normally coordinates graduations and back to school celebrations and giving away backpacks and school supplies. We just had it together with the graduation. Whenever they're about to start this school calendar year, we organize a back to school program. It's kind of like a picnic. And then we bought a lot of backpacks, fill it up with school supplies, and give it away to the kids in our community.
That's for the Gambian.
Yes, for the Gambian people. And that was another way of saying thank you, because we always have it after July 4th. So when people come in and support the programs we have during 4th of July, the revenue that we generated, we're going to take some part of that revenue and buy these things and give it to our children.
That's true.
Get them ready to go back to school.
Since that's one of the biggest fundraising for the association.
Yes.
For the viewers that are watching the show, why is it so important for every Gambian to be at the 4th of July every single year? No excuse.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's our biggest fundraising. It's our cash cow. So, fundraising is our cash cow. If it is successful, people gonna see A.G.E.R.A doing bigger things. That is our goal. I mean, if the success is limited, that might limit the things that we can do also. And for the Gambian community to expect more from us, we are encouraging them to engage themselves to more, let them participate, be part of it. And even to be an executive is open for everybody. Anybody who is interested to be an executive, all we're asking is be active in the activities and pay your dues, attend the meetings.
That's it.
When we have our general meetings, all opinion matters. Being the chairman doesn't mean that whatever I say goes. I will come up with an idea, put it on the table. Somebody might have a better idea. I will not have any problem moving my idea away and bring that new idea that comes from a different person.
You're just a great leader. That's a quality of a great leader, by the way.
We look at the interests of the community.
True.
A.G.E.R.A is all about the community. Whatever is in the interest of the community, that's the route we want to go. And again, I just encourage every Gambian to be part of A.G.E.R.A. Contribute. Even you, everybody cannot be an executive. Everybody cannot be an active member. But all we ask is pay your dues so that the executive or the active members can facilitate the things that they want to do and make things happen that will benefit our community.
Wow.
That's all we ask. Let them be members. $10 a month.
That's it.
I think every Gambian can afford it.
$10 a month.
$10 a month. I mean, you want to pay one time, we give you a discount. You just pay $100. We take off the $20.
Wow.
Pay $100 one time, you're done. Till next year.
Wow.
Till next year.
Can
Sometimes we even try to target them during tax return time. That pretty much everybody can afford it.
But that's $100.
Yeah.
You know.
Still yet, we have like a membership drive always around that time of the year. And we'll be going to a place. The executive will sit down and start having the list. We have the database, calling each. Hey, Mimi, your membership is going to expire, or your membership is already expired. Are you in a position to pay your membership for this year? Yes or no, wait till time X. I was like, okay, at least that's a reminder.
That is true.
And we have, most of them, we have their emails too. The person in charge of the membership will shoot out an email reminder to all these members that they have their email addresses. Hey, your membership is going to be expiring at this time, so maybe just a reminder for you to prepare to pay as soon as you can.
That is such a beautiful message. And you know, I've never done this in camera before, but I'm going to do it. For the Gambians out there that are watching the show, I am personally urging you guys, each and every one of you, whatever you're doing right now, I want you guys to stop and join the A.G.E.R.A Foundation. Knowing that these people are just not for the paying members and also the members of the associations, but they're here for every single Gambian. And for that, I'm advocating for that. So please join.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kebbeh. It's such an honor to have you on the show. And thank you for your time. And thank you guys so much for giving me an opportunity to host the 4th of July this year. And is there any message that you have for the viewers that are watching the show today? Anything that you want to tell them? Any message from you as a wisdom?
Well, I mean, I will pretty much just repeat myself. A.G.E.R.A is for all of us. We are here to represent all Gambians, and even the non-Gambians that are friends of the Gambia. We will be, ready to work with them and help them whenever they need that help from a community organization like us. So, let us just put our heads together. $10 a month, let's all try to be members and see what A.G.E.R.A can do. When A.G.E.R.A call, don't think about Kebbeh. Oh, Kebbeh is Kebbeh. I don't have time to go. So the bigger picture is bigger than Kebbeh. It's bigger than any individual within our executive. It's about the community.
True.
That's how we want people to look at it. It's not about any specific individual. It's for the interest of everybody in our community. Yes.
A powerful message, sir. It's such an honor to have you on the show, and thank you from the bottom of my heart, Kebbeh. I mean, I really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mimi.
Well,
it is an honor for me to be here having this interview with you.
Thank you,
I
sir.
really appreciate
Thank you.
And you're doing such a wonderful job.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, likewise, all these other Gambian organizations, whoever can support this young lady in what she's doing, do it. Mimi, so do it. Go in there. She has a lot of stuff interesting going on.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we really appreciate you too. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Yes.
Well, that brings us to the end of our segment for today. I'm your host, Mrs. Janha, for the Janha Show, and my brother here,
Alhagie Kebbeh.
Alhagie Kebbeh. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching and tuning in for another segment of the Janha Show. I'm your host, Mrs. Janha. Until then, I'll see you all soon. Keep watching and stay tuned. Thank you.